Okay, our lesson today is on one-step equations. And the objective is, I can solve one-step equations. And you might be asking yourself, well, how are we going to do this? We're going to undo problems using opposite operations. And our big goal for the day is we want to get the variable alone. And that'll make more sense as we start to go through the problems. Example number 1. P minus 19 equals negative 7. Now, one thing I'm going to do, and I think you should get in the habit of this at first, is I want you to draw an imaginary line that goes through my equation. Because often in algebra, we need to know what's the left side of the equation, what's the right side. And that magic line always goes through the equal sign. Later on, we won't put this line down here, but for now, it's going to help us out. You'll notice over here, the P, the variable, is on the left-hand side. And our goal is to get it all by itself, and I want it to equal some answer, so some number. Let's go ahead and erase that. So the question is, how do I make this subtract 19 or negative 19 disappear? Or, what's the opposite operation of subtracting 19 or negative 19? And the opposite of subtracting 19, let's go ahead and erase this, is adding 19 to both sides. So you notice, if I add 19 to the left, it goes away. I'm left with only P. If I do something on the left side, like add 19, I also have to do it on the right side. Negative 7 plus 19 is 12. Our goal is reached. P is all by itself on the left side, and we can move on. Now, we're going to do a quick check, and we're going to have our calculator help us out here. I know you hate to check work because it makes twice as much work, but my goal is, I know the answer is P equals 12, and I'm going to plug this 12 in right up here for P and see what I get. So 12 minus 19, and I'm going to let the calculator do the work here for me. And I plug it in and I get negative 7. Is that what I wanted up above? Yes, it is. So this answer works, and it was easy to check. Okay, example 2. N plus 8 equals negative 5. I draw my imaginary line through the middle of my equation, which always goes through the equal sign. I want to get N alone. So you'll notice the opposite of adding 8 is subtracting 8. If I do it on the left side of that orange line, then I have to do it on the right side of that orange line. On the left side, if the negative 8 and the positive 8 cancel each other out, I'm left with just N. And on the right side, negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13. And there's my answer. And my goal is reached. N is all by itself on the left-hand side. Now I'm going to do a quick check. I plug in negative 13 for N. I type it in my calculator. And I do get negative 5. So it works. Example number 3. Negative 108 equals 6x. And I draw my imaginary line through the equal sign again. Now, this problem's a little bit different. You'll notice this time the variable is on the right side, and that's okay. Just my goal this time is I'm going to have x equals, reading backwards from right to left, because we can do that in math, x equals some number. So my goal this time is to get the x all alone on the right-hand side of the equation. Let's go ahead and erase that. Now, when I do 6x, when I say 6x, it's really 6 times x. So if you need to put a dot in there to remember that, the opposite operation of multiplying is dividing. So I divide both sides by 6. Again, if I do it on the right side, I have to do it on the left side. And you'll notice 6 divided by 6 is really 1. So I really have 1x. But we never put that 1 there. We just know it exists. And on the left side, I get negative 108 divided by 6, which is negative 18. And I'm done. I've reached my goal. X equals negative 18, reading from right to left. We're going to do a quick check. I go ahead and plug in 6 times my answer, negative 18, and I do get negative 108. So my solution works. All right, example 4. M divided by 18 equals negative 8. So again, you'll notice the variable is on the left side. So my final answer will be M equals whatever answer I get. The M is on the left-hand side. So the opposite operation of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 18. Now you'll notice how I wrote it up above here because I want to see the cross cancellation go out. I want to see 18 divided by 18, which is actually 1m. But again, we never write 1m, we just know it exists. And then over there on the right side, negative 8 times 18 is negative 144. And I've reached my goal. I'm going to do a quick check. Negative 144 divided by 18 is negative 8. So my solution also works.